It was the kind of moment that does not just go viral, it detonates across the internet. Because Megan was not simply talking about love. She was radiating something much deeper, something the internet has not witnessed from her in what feels like forever. The way her voice softened, the way her eyes carried a calm she rarely shows publicly, it felt like the mask slipped for a second, revealing a version of her that has been hiding beneath all the chaos. And suddenly, the entire timeline froze, replaying the clip again and again, whispering, "Hold on. Megan is really in her feelings right now." What shook everyone even more was the silent shadow behind her words, her relationship with NBA star Klay Thompson. Their connection has already been dissected by fans, bloggers, gossip pages, and every self-appointed relationship analyst on social media. So when this clip dropped, it was like gasoline on a fire. People started stitching reactions, saying things like, "This energy is different, she is not playing." Because the way she spoke, gentle but firm, made it clear that she is protecting something sacred, and she is done letting the internet twist it into chaos. She talked about wanting to celebrate good energy, wanting to enjoy her partner without the world turning it into another circus. And that hit people in a way that hurt a little, because it showed growth. Real growth. Megan has seen negativity, she has survived public breakdowns, she has endured headlines designed to tear her apart. And yet, here she stood, refusing to match the darkness, refusing to flex or fight. She was simply defending her right to feel joy. And the irony? This is the same Megan who went viral for clapping back at that one host who pushed too hard about Klay, practically trying to bait her into drama. But now, her tone is different. Softer. Controlled. Almost peaceful. It feels like she has stepped into a new lane entirely. Social media loves turning celebrity relationships into battlegrounds, especially when the partner is a name as loud as Klay Thompson. And yet Megan's voice in this clip carried a message the internet was not expecting. She is protecting this relationship like it is the first time in her life someone has made her feel safe. Like she finally found someone she can breathe around. Someone who does not require armor, attitude, or performance. She did not sound like a superstar. She did not sound like the rap titan who has clapped back at every insult sent her way. She sounded like a woman who finally found comfort, and is ready to fight for it without raising her voice. Fans felt that immediately. The comment sections filled with messages like, "She sounds healed," and "This is the happiest she has looked in years." Because moments like this are rare for her. She almost never opens up without building a wall around herself first. But in this clip, she trusted the moment. She trusted herself. And she trusted that letting people see this side of her did not make her weak. And now, with the entire internet already invested in the Megan and Klay storyline, this new clip has turned everything upside down again. It adds new layers, new theories, new emotions to an already messy, addictive saga. But more importantly, it shows the version of Megan that people forget exists, the version searching for peace after years of pressure, endless scandals, non-stop gossip, and a world that refuses to let her simply be happy. This moment did not just hit different. It hit like a confession. And the internet is not done decoding it. It felt like a calm breath in the middle of a hurricane, the kind of moment that makes you pause the entire timeline and replay the clip just to confirm you heard it right. And honestly, this is exactly why fans refuse to give up on Megan, even when the internet tries to twist her into someone she is not. She is standing on her joy, guarding it like her peace depends on it. And in this era where everyone wants a reaction, the way she protects her happiness feels almost rebellious. If you are here for this new chapter, this softer but stronger love era, then go ahead and hit that like button because it helps push our deep dive videos to more people who love this kind of breakdown. Drop your thoughts in the comments, too. Tell me whether you believe this new calm glow is connected to her relationship with Klay Thompson, because fans are whispering everywhere that he might be the reason she looks so centered. And if you are new here, make sure you subscribe, because this love story gets more layered every single day. Tell me honestly, are you enjoying the video so far? But here is where everything shifted. This moment had the entire live stream frozen in place, because Megan finally pulled the curtain back on something her supporters have been quietly discussing for months. When she spoke about the hate she receives not being natural, but pushed, planned, and literally paid for, the energy in the chat changed. Instantly. She was not ranting. She was not dragging anyone by name. She was calm, so calm it felt unsettling. She spoke like someone who has sat back, watched the patterns, connected the dots, and decided today is the day she tells the truth about what is really going on behind the digital smokescreen. The way she said it revealed everything. She is exhausted by artificial noise, and she wants the people who genuinely support her to understand how the game is played. For months, fans have been noticing bizarre patterns, random accounts posting identical negativity, pages that used to be dedicated to sports suddenly turning into anti-Megan commentary channels. And when she mentioned that exact detail, viewers collectively gasped. Because it was the type of observation most people overlook, until someone shines a flashlight on it. Suddenly everything made sense. She essentially exposed how easy it is for anyone to manufacture chaos when they want to push a narrative, especially when the target is a woman as visible, as outspoken, and as successful as she is. And the timing? Absolutely wild. Because all of this is happening while her relationship with Klay Thompson is receiving massive attention. Ever since they stepped into the spotlight together, certain corners of the internet have been flooded with strange comments, dramatic accusations, and threads built specifically to create friction. Fans witnessed this firsthand during that viral interview when the host pressed her about Klay, practically begging for drama. But the way she handled that moment showed something new. She is not allowing random voices to disrespect her relationship. So when she revealed that some negativity is literally part of a paid agenda, fans instantly connected the dots to the sudden waves of comments they had been seeing whenever her name and Klay's name appeared in the same sentence. What made this moment so powerful is how steady she remained while speaking. She did not sound emotional or irritated. She sounded factual, like a reporter reading a story she already verified 10 times. That level of calm tells you everything. You do not stay this composed unless you have watched the pattern long enough to understand it. She is choosing intelligence over impulse, strategy over shouting, long-term stability over short-lived reactions. And that alone shows how much she has grown. She knows the difference between real criticism and manufactured drama, and she wants her supporters to know it too. She wants them to stop feeding into fake tension, stop giving strangers free engagement, and recognize when something online is clearly created to provoke chaos. This honesty made her fans rally behind her even harder. They did not feel like she was trying to paint herself as perfect. She was simply explaining how unrealistic the hatred looks when you pay attention. And with her stepping into a more serious chapter with Klay, it makes perfect sense that she is being selective about the energy she allows anywhere near her life. This is not the same Megan who used to dive into every argument, every thread, every debate. This is a more grounded, wiser Megan. A woman who is protecting her career, her peace, her mental clarity, and yes, her connection with Klay, by moving smart, not loud. She wants her supporters to move with the same intelligence. Because reacting to engineered negativity only gives the puppeteers more power. And that message landed. It landed hard. Because it proves she understands exactly how manipulative the internet can be when people want to damage someone's image or sabotage someone's relationship. This clip does not show the Megan the haters talk about. It shows the Megan who is thinking 3 steps ahead. The Megan who refuses to let strangers rewrite her life. The Megan who is finally building something stable and beautiful, and refuses to let fake energy ruin it. If you are rocking with this real talk, hit that like button because it helps push our breakdowns to more viewers who love these deep dive analyses. And do not forget to drop a comment too, because this story is getting more intense by the minute. It is almost unbelievable how many people suddenly woke up after this clip dropped. It had viewers asking themselves, have I been seeing this strange wave of fake negativity this whole time, or did this moment finally expose it for what it really is? And honestly, that question alone is why the internet is shaking right now. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe because we stay locked in with every real shift, every storyline, every twist surrounding Megan, Klay, and the culture at large. This is the place where we break down the moments the algorithm is not ready for. Because this right here? This moment revealed a whole new level of confidence from Megan. And fans felt it instantly when she said she has not even given anyone a real reason to react yet. The way she delivered that line, steady, unbothered, and razor sharp, did not feel emotional or dramatic. It felt surgical. It felt like a quiet warning from someone who finally understands her own power. She knows exactly what she can do if she wants to, and she is saving that fire for when it genuinely matters. That calm confidence had viewers glued to their screens, because it was the tone of someone who has already outgrown the chaos. Someone who has outgrown the version of herself that used to fight every battle simply because it showed up. This was a Megan who has stepped into a stronger identity, someone who moves only when she chooses, someone whose silence carries more weight than most people's loudest reactions. And what made this clip explode across the timeline is how she spoke to her supporters with that rare mix of tough love and wisdom, something only a handful of major public figures can pull off without sounding condescending. She was not hyping her fans to jump into drama. She was not encouraging extra problems. She was not adding fuel to the fire the internet constantly tries to build around her. Instead, she told her fans to relax, to breathe, to speak only when something real is happening. That is the voice of someone who learned from painful experience that reacting to everything does not help. That is the kind of wisdom that only comes from surviving storms she never asked for, from having her name thrown around like a trending hashtag instead of a human life, from understanding that patience and restraint are power moves in a world that thrives on chaos. This is a smarter Megan. a strategic Megan. And fans immediately connected it to the way she has been carrying herself ever since she began dating Klay Thompson. Because let's be honest, energy shifts when you finally feel secure. Your tone softens in a different way. Your decisions become clearer. Your reactions slow down. Megan's supporters have noticed that ever since Klay stepped into her world, she has moved with a new groundedness. She is less rattled, more centered, more intentional. It is like she has entered a chapter where she does not have to prove anything, not to the internet, not to the industry, not to the people waiting for her to fall. And that is where the real growth lies, in understanding that silence is not weakness, calm does not mean she cannot go loud, and maturity does not mean letting people walk over her. It means choosing the battles worthy of her energy. She is not shrinking herself, she is shaping herself. And then there was the moment she said she has not even given anyone a real reason to react yet. That sentence carried so much weight you could feel the comment section freeze. It hinted that the version of Megan the public has seen, the powerful, outspoken Megan, is still only a tiny fraction of what she is actually capable of. It implied that she has levels the world has not witnessed yet, responses she has not delivered, moves she has not revealed because she knows timing. She knows that every reaction becomes a narrative, every narrative becomes a headline, and every headline gets etched into her digital legacy. So instead of letting people bait her into impulsive moments, she is waiting. She is choosing. She is holding all the cards and deciding exactly when to reveal them. That type of restraint is almost unheard of in today's culture, where everything is immediate and public figures are expected to respond instantly to every rumor, every insult, every headline. The internet pressures celebrities to be emotionally available on demand, clapping back in minutes, defending themselves every 5 minutes, narrating their own lives as if it is a live stream. But Megan stepped out of that cycle entirely. She is giving herself permission to not respond, to not explain, to not dance for the internet. She refuses to be the algorithm's puppet, and fans felt that shift instantly. They felt the authority in her voice, the self-assurance, the "I am unbothered" truly energy that only appears when someone is operating from stability instead of survival. And part of that stability absolutely comes from dating someone like Klay Thompson. Not because she needs him for validation, but because peace is contagious. When you share your life with someone who is not chaotic, who is not adding stress, who is not dragging you into unnecessary drama, something inside you settles. Your nervous system calms down. You stop reacting to noise and start responding only to truth. You choose your words differently. And fans have been saying for months that Megan looks peaceful, like she finally has room to breathe, to reflect, to grow. Klay's energy is calm, disciplined, consistent, and Megan's energy has shifted in the same direction. Not dimmed. Refined. Aligned. Another thing fans noticed is how she did not sound defensive at all when she told them to relax. She did not scold them. She spoke like a protective older sister who has been through enough chaos to recognize patterns instantly. She knows her fans love her fiercely. She knows they will defend her at any cost. But she also knows not every situation deserves that loyalty. Some conflicts are traps disguised as conversations. Some drama exists only to drain, not to resolve. And Megan is no longer interested in draining herself for conflicts beneath her level. She has learned that every time she reacts out of impulse, the internet spins it into something she never intended. So now she reacts intentionally, not instinctively. This moment also highlighted how Megan views her place in culture. She is not just a rapper, not just an entertainer, she is a cultural force. People attach meaning to every breath she takes. Every micro-expression becomes a meme. Every pause becomes a theory. Every statement becomes a headline. And she knows that. She knows the weight of her voice, the influence she carries. And instead of letting that pressure crush her, she is learning to wield it with precision. There is a quiet confidence in her now, not the loud confidence of someone proving she belongs, but the settled confidence of someone who already knows she does. And perhaps the most powerful layer of all is how the internet has forgotten that Megan is a human being first. A human being who has endured real trauma, real heartbreak, real pressure. The culture demands constant reactions because that is what keeps the algorithm alive: chaos, conflict, instant emotions. But Megan refusing to feed the machine is a rebellion of its own. She is telling the world, you do not get to dictate my narrative. And the wild part? She did not have to shout it. She did not even have to say it. It was felt in her tone, her pacing, her calm, and her refusal to play the internet's game. This clip did not just reveal a calmer Megan. It revealed a wiser one, and the world is paying attention. Fans have been talking non-stop about the way Megan has evolved from the days when she would clap back at every single comment, every petty shade, every subtle insult coded as a joke. Back then, she reacted because she had to defend her integrity. She had to protect herself in a world that questioned her every move, sometimes even her humanity. But now? Now she is stepping into a chapter where her emotions are no longer a public vending machine. People do not get access to her unless she chooses to open that door. That level of evolution is not just noticeable, it is striking. It is the evolution of a woman who knows exactly how expensive it is to lose control, and she refuses to pay that price again. This version of Megan understands boundaries the way an artist understands color. She understands timing like a strategist preparing for a long battle. And most importantly, she understands what it truly means to guard her peace in an era that tries to snatch it away. A lot of fans pointed out how her relationship with Klay Thompson has played a major role in this transformation. It caught people off guard because it is the complete opposite of what the media predicted for her. They expected drama, tension, messiness, something chaotic to feed the narrative. Instead, they are witnessing emotional stability. They are witnessing a version of Megan who feels supported rather than drained. And when a person receives real support, their entire vibration changes. Their tone softens. Their decision-making sharpens. Their reactions slow down. They stop participating in battles that are not theirs. They stop allowing the internet to drag them into cycles of negativity. They stop centering every argument around their identity. They begin choosing themselves, not the noise, not the rumors, not the pressure, themselves. That is exactly what this moment revealed. Megan is choosing herself. She is choosing her peace, her timing, her narrative. And that subtle shift makes the culture uneasy because the culture benefits when she reacts. They get content. They get headlines. They get engagement spikes. But when she decides to move with restraint, when she chooses silence over chaos, when she saves her reactions for moments that actually matter, the internet loses its power over her. And that is what people felt. Megan has become uncontrollable. Not unstable, not unpredictable, uncontrollable. The internet cannot bait her anymore. She is no longer a character in their manufactured drama. The most brilliant part of all this is how she framed this situation without ever framing it directly. She did not call anyone out. She did not address rumors. She did not confirm anything. She simply said she has not even given the world a real reason to react yet. And in a digital age where people overshare every detail of their lives, that type of controlled ambiguity is power. It leaves everyone guessing. It reminds the public that whatever they believe they know about her is only the surface layer. It quietly warns that if she ever decides to unleash her real truth, her real fire, her real reaction, it will not be something anyone can ignore. This is not the Megan from 2 years ago. This is the Megan who understands how to move silently, strategically, intentionally. This is the Megan who understands that real power is not in reacting, it is in choosing the exact moment to do so. This is the Megan who has survived enough storms to know that her peace is priceless, that her boundaries are sacred, and that her spirit deserves protection. And now she has someone beside her who matches that energy, someone grounded, steady, consistent. Someone who does not bring chaos but helps her escape it. So when fans watched that clip, they felt the shift instantly. They did not see a woman fighting the world. They saw a woman building her own world, a world with stronger boundaries, clearer priorities, and silence that speaks louder than any outburst could. They saw a Megan who finally understands that sometimes